What is the real impact of 3D printing? Will we print houses in the future? Can we print cars, motorcycles, or even boats? Today I want to have a realistic discussion with you about the real impact of 3D printing and why some media articles are not really helping the industry to move forward and remain in the hype cycle. Hello and welcome at Empower. Every once in a while I stumble across an article in the news about 3D printing homes, cars, or even whole human brains. It seems as if we will all live in a 3D printed surrounding in the near future. The problem with those articles is that they are fueling a hype that has long been overcome, and not many readers are still believing in headlines such as "Company X is printing a home in 24 hours. On the contrary, it produces a perception of mistrust in the general 3D printing industry, and this is not fair for the hundreds of real use cases out there, and it does not do justice to the real impact 3D printing will have on many industries, and this impact is massive. But what is the real impact of 3D printing? First of all, 3D printing is barely producing final finished products. No finished part comes out of a 3D printer. In most cases, printers are only producing one component for a much more complex assembly. Besides that, almost all printed parts need post-processing. So let's discuss the real changes 3D printing is causing to the manufacturing industry. We see three major impacts that need to be discussed. Impact number one. Due to the low barrier and short timing from CAD part to a hardware part, the technology makes many product development processes much more faster and easier. It enables engineers and designers to run more iterations on their products in less time and be more independent from a complex supply chain during development. Bringing the engineering into hardware has never been so easy as today. Even with little budget, engineers can develop and produce their ideas and bring them to hardware. The impact of this is massive. It accelerates all kinds of product developments, and it will enable improved products and short lead times across many industries. This can best be witnessed at the many tech startups of today. They all rely on 3D printing, and the speed of their development cycles today would not have been possible without 3D printing. The second and third impact of 3D printing are caused by the freedom of design and the potential part complexity. No other technology has so few design restrictions as 3D printing. This leads to two impacts. Number two, traditional manufactured, very expensive and complex parts can now be produced at a lower cost, which ultimately leads to lower final product costs or higher margins for the producer. And number three is the increase of performance of parts. The freedom of design leads to optimized structures, especially in all industries that produce engines, turbines, or lightweight structures of any kind. This ultimately also leads to higher general efficiency of products now and in the future, which gives 3D printing a high impact regarding environmental friendly products in the future. Now let's summarize the major 3D printing impacts to the products of today and in the future. Number one, product development becomes easier and we see products that come to market much faster than before. Number two, products will become cheaper. And number three, products will become more efficient. Now, to what industries does that refer? Basically, those impacts can be seen across almost every industry. Even the concrete 3D printing projects I mentioned earlier can have a real impact. Certainly not with the result of printing a complete home, but at least the way we are building concrete walls today might be different in the future. But I still want to live in a home with some copper plumbing, electricity, and smooth walls. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hope to see you next time.